Hey, welcome to World Code Updates. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. Manila Bay buzzed with more than just humidity, it pulsed with a sense of national renewal. The city awoke to a dawn unlike any other, as anticipation filled the air and the waters shimmered with promise. For generations, Manila Bay has witnessed the tides of history, but on this day, it became the stage for a new era. 8 sleek modern frigates, the new Stunner class, cut through the water, a dramatic break from the aging ships of the past. Their hulls gleamed in the morning light, reflecting not just technological advancement but the aspirations of a nation determined to chart its own course. The sight of these vessels, moving in perfect formation, was both a show of strength and a message of hope. This was more than a commissioning ceremony, it was a bold declaration of intent. Dignitaries, naval officers, and citizens gathered in unity, their eyes fixed on the future. The ceremonial ribbon cutting was not just tradition, it was a symbolic severing of old limitations, a commitment to a new standard of maritime excellence. For a nation of over 7,600 islands, the sea is lifeblood, and these ships are its new guardians. The vast archipelago, with its intricate coastlines and rich marine resources, depends on vigilant protection. The Stunner-class frigates will patrol these waters, safeguarding not only territory, but the livelihoods and dreams of millions who call the islands home. The arrival of the Stunner-class marks a psychological shift. The Philippines is stepping out from the shadow of larger neighbors. Where once rusted hulls symbolized vulnerability, now modern warships stand as proof of progress. This transformation is not just about hardware, but about mindset, a nation refusing to be intimidated or overlooked. No longer content to rely solely on diplomacy or allies, the country is embracing self-reliance and credible deterrence. Strategic planning and rigorous training have become the new norm, as the Navy prepares to meet challenges head-on. The raising of the Philippine flag on these ships is a daily affirmation of sovereignty and resolve. For generations, Filipinos watched foreign powers draw lines and harass their fishermen. The stories of intimidation and encroachment have been passed down, fueling a quiet determination for change. The presence of the Stunner class now offers reassurance to those who make their living from the sea, promising that their rights and safety will be defended. These ships are a promise that those days are ending. Each vessel, with its advanced technology and dedicated crew, stands as a sentinel against threats. The sight of the Philippine flag flying high is a clear message. The nation will protect its people and its waters, no matter the challenge. The crowd's cheers weren't just for steel, they were for a renewed sense of pride and security. Families, veterans, and young children waved flags, their faces alight with hope. For many, this event rekindled memories of past struggles and sacrifices, while inspiring confidence in a safer, more assertive future. The ceremony was a showcase of resolve, but the real message was in the faces of young sailors ready for duty. Their determination reflected a new generation's commitment to service and sacrifice. Each salute, each order received was a pledge to uphold the nation's honor and defend its sovereignty. The hum of advanced engines signaled vigilance and readiness. Below deck, the state-of-the-art machinery roared to life, a testament to years of investment and innovation. These ships are not just symbols, they are fully operational guardians, prepared to respond at a moment's notice. This event is the Philippines' announcement. It is back as a serious maritime player. The world watched as the fleet assembled, signaling a renewed commitment to regional stability and national defense. The message was clear. The Philippines will no longer be a bystander in its own waters. The era of passivity is over. A new chapter of national defense has begun. As the ships departed the harbor, engines rumbling and flags unfurled, the nation stepped confidently into its maritime future. The transformation from a quiet port to an active naval force was both dramatic and inspiring. The Stunner class is more than hardware. It's a symbol of a nation ready to defend its future. Against the backdrop of a setting sun, the silhouette of the warship and the salute of a Filipino sailor captured the spirit of a people united in purpose. Manila's naval renaissance is not just about ships, it's about reclaiming destiny with courage and pride. To understand the Stunner class's impact, look back at the Philippine Navy's long struggle. For decades, the fleet was a patchwork of aging second-hand ships, relics of World War II. Sailors became masters of ingenuity, keeping old vessels running against the odds. But these ships were ill-suited for modern threats, leaving the nation's vast maritime territory exposed. Incidents in the West Philippine Sea highlighted the painful gap between rights and real power. The The lack of credible deterrence meant diplomatic protests often went ignored. Yet, this adversity forged leaders who understood the cost of weakness. It built the political will for today's modernization. The memory of hardship now fuels the drive for a stronger, more capable Navy. The Navy's struggle is tied to places like Subic Bay, once a U.S. stronghold, now a symbol of lost power. The fleet was a collection of hand-me-downs like the BRP Raja Humabon, a proud but outdated flagship. Maintenance was a constant battle, with scarce parts and obsolete systems. The Navy's doctrine was shaped by whatever equipment it received, not by strategic needs. This made long-term planning and integration nearly impossible. The transition to the Stunner class is a break from this cycle, a move towards self-determination. No longer relics of another nation's history, these ships are built for Philippine sovereignty. The ghosts of dependency are being laid to rest. A new fleet rises, designed for the nation's future, not its past. The Stunner class is the sharp edge of the Philippines' military modernization. These are multi-role warships, each over 115 meters long with stealth features to evade detection. Advanced sensors and a combat management system give them a real-time integrated view of the battle space. Armed with long-range anti-ship and surface-to-air missiles, plus robust anti-submarine capabilities, they can counter threats above and below the water. Their network systems transform the Navy into a cohesive fighting force. The goal isn't to match superpowers but to raise the cost of aggression. These ships can patrol, project power, and protect vital sea lanes and fishermen. They are the steel backbone of the archipelago's defense. The Stunner class is a credible shield for Philippine sovereignty. The Stunner class's true strength lies in its integration of advanced systems. The combat management system fuses radar, sonar, and electronic intelligence, giving commanders unprecedented situational awareness. These frigates share data with each other and with air and coastal assets, creating a resilient, layered defense. This network-centric approach is a force multiplier, making the entire system harder to overwhelm. Intensive training is building a new generation of skilled, tech-savvy sailors. Electronic warfare capabilities allow the ships to jam, deceive, and disrupt enemy systems, an edge the old fleet never had. The electromagnetic spectrum is now as vital as the sea itself. The Stunner class brings a non-kinetic layer of defense and offense, shaping the battle space before a shot is fired. This leap in technology is transforming the Navy's future. The Stunner class fundamentally shifts the balance in the South China Sea. For years, China's gray zone tactics faced little resistance from underarmed Philippine vessels. Now, a modern frigate armed with missiles can't be bullied by Coast Guard cutters or militia boats. Its presence forces adversaries to rethink their tactics and raises the risks of escalation. Diplomacy gains new weight when backed by credible force. The Philippines can now negotiate from a position of strength, inspiring allies and ASEAN partners. This modernization could spark greater regional cooperation and joint patrols. The Stunner class doesn't just defend the Philippines, it helps stabilize the region. Middle powers are showing they can shape their own security. The rules-based order is stronger when the region stands together. The arrival of the Stunner class frigates sends a clear and unmistakable message to Beijing and the world. The Philippines is determined to defend its maritime rights and sovereignty. These advanced warships symbolize a new era for the Philippine Navy, one where the nation stands ready to protect its interests in contested waters. While the Philippine fleet may not match the sheer size or firepower of China's Navy, the Stunner class creates a potent deterrent. Their presence makes any act of aggression costly and risky for potential adversaries, forcing them to think twice before escalating tensions. These ships are equipped with modern weaponry and advanced technology, giving the Philippines a credible means to defend its maritime claims. This modernization also strengthens the U.S.-Philippine alliance, transforming it from a symbolic relationship into a true partnership of capable and interoperable forces. Joint exercises and coordinated patrols now have real teeth, as both navies can operate together with greater effectiveness and confidence. The Mutual Defense Treaty, once seen as largely aspirational, is now more credible than ever. With the Philippine Navy fielding modern warships, it stands as a real first line of defense, able to respond quickly to threats and support allied operations in the region. Allies such as Japan, Australia, and the UK now see the Philippines as a stronger and more reliable regional partner. This opens doors for expanded joint exercises, intelligence sharing, and even technology transfers, further enhancing the country's capabilities and regional standing. The new fleet will become a common sight in multinational drills, building vital ties and trust among Indo-Pacific partners. These exercises not only improve readiness but also send a powerful signal of unity and resolve for a free and open Indo-Pacific. However, China may respond by increasing its own military presence in the region, raising the risk of tense encounters and potential standoffs at sea. The balance of power is shifting and every move is closely watched. The challenge for the Philippines and its allies is to deter aggression without triggering unintended escalation. Careful diplomacy, clear communication, and constant vigilance are essential to maintaining peace and stability. In this high-stakes environment, the Stunner class has become a key piece on the Indo-Pacific chessboard, shaping the future of regional security and the balance of power for years to come. Acquiring new warships is just the beginning, sustaining them is the real test. Operating 8 advanced frigates demands steady funding, skilled personnel, and constant training. The Navy must recruit and retain thousands of specialists, from sailors to engineers. Doctrine and tactics must evolve for network-centric blue water operations. Leadership must embrace new thinking and continuous training with allies. The hardware is only as effective as the people and doctrine behind it. Diplomatically, Manila must balance assertiveness with crisis management to avoid escalation. Sovereignty's price is not just ships, but vigilance and strategic wisdom. The future depends on turning potential into lasting power. The Stunner-class frigates are more than just steel and technology. They're the living embodiment of a nation's will, determination, and hope for a secure tomorrow. For the Philippines, the sea is not just a boundary, but a destiny shaped by centuries of history, trade, and challenge. These ships are the new authors of that destiny, charting a bold course into the future. This modernization is more than an upgrade. It's a promise to move beyond past vulnerabilities, to never again be caught unprepared. It's a pledge to enforce sovereignty as a living, breathing reality, not just a line on a map. The fleet inspires pride and confidence, uniting the nation behind a shared vision of strength and resilience. With every wave they cut through, these ships are rewriting the national narrative, from helplessness to strength, from uncertainty to resolve. The challenges ahead are real and formidable, from unpredictable seas to complex regional tensions. But the commissioning of these ships marks a true turning point, a moment when the Philippines takes control of its maritime destiny. The Philippines is now an active author of its own future, steering its course with confidence and purpose. No longer a passive object of history, but a nation ready to shape its own story on the world stage. These frigates are guardians of peace and sovereignty, standing watch not as instruments of aggression, but as protectors of the nation's dreams. As they patrol the vast archipelago, weaving through thousands of islands and turquoise waters, they carry the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of over 100 million Filipinos, each voyage a symbol of unity and national pride. With this fleet, the Philippines is finally forging its future at sea, confident, resilient, and ready to meet whatever lies beyond the horizon.